All right, guys, Justin Russell with RussellMarineProducts.com out here on El Dorado Lake. Storm's coming in the background, but we promised you guys videos, so here we are. Lowrance HDS Live with LiveSight unit front of the boat. Gonna go over the good, the bad, the great, and the ugly. So you guys asked for the videos, here we are, being 100% truthful. Gonna go everything, start, finish, check it all out, see what you guys think. All right, guys, one of the things I found out right out of the get-go, if we run this thing in auto settings, I personally do not like how it looks on the structure view, or viewing structure, I should say. So what I've got here is I've got it set up on 30 feet. I'm gonna put in auto settings to show you what it looks like. Right now the mode says custom. Now we're in auto. Jumps up to 70 and looks like that. I don't really care for that at all. I think it looks pretty bad. So I like to run it in custom mode because I can actually dial in how far away from the transducer I am. So right now, I'm gonna go back to custom. I'm gonna go 30 feet away. In the lower left-hand corner, you're gonna be able to see some, a little bit of brush, a little bit of fish moving around down there. Not super clear, gonna be honest with you. We're seeing a lot of brush, we're seeing a bunch of stuff down there, but again, 40-degree cone. Ooh, there's some fish. 40-degree cone, so we're going to be seeing some more. I'm going to drop my lure down there. This is a 1/2 ounce swim jig coming right in front. Woo! There she goes, right down in the brush. And I'm in the brush. Now I'm jigging up above the brush. See some fish kind of moving down there with it. All right, I'm reeling up. I'm going to throw a little further out in front of you. Can you video game fish off this? Yeah, you're going to see the lure and stuff. Is it further away? Not really. That's the unfortunate thing. I really wish I could see more further away with this lure. We've got a couple hours on the water, not today, but a couple hours on the water actually trying to dial this in as best as we can. I do have the Garmin unit is now turned off, so we're not actually running any sort of interference. All right, guys, we're getting up a little bit closer to the brush here, and you can see we've got a lot of brush. It's shaft-mounted transducer, forward-looking view. The thing I like about it is you can scan an area and see all the brush that's around. The thing I like about it, for a structure finding tool, it's incredible. You're gonna see a lot of structure. You can scan out. You don't have to move the boat. You're not idling. It's time-saving, and you can refine the structure that you've already found with your side imaging. For video game fishing, it does have definition that you can video game fish off of this. We've seen it. We've seen the screenshots of some fish following the lures, as you guys saw. However, it's not like you can cast out 40, 50, 60 feet away and follow your lure in with fish. A lot of what you see on other video-wise and some competitors' products, a lot of that's crappie or walleye or white bass schooling type stuff. I personally haven't seen it to where it's a bass fishing tool of video game fishing in that regard that's away from the boat. Vertical fishing we've seen. And again, we can cast out, you can video game fish, you can follow your lure up and down, watch it jig up and down, watch fish follow it. But again, I look at the LiveSight as more of a tool for finding structure, not necessarily finding the fish. So if you keep that in mind, it's again a great tool for finding the structure on here. Again, I've got a 1/2 ounce swim jig on here. You can see it on the screen going up and down. We saw a couple fish following it and stuff. I'm assuming crappie. Since we're around a ton of brush. The lake's high, it's 7 feet high and stuff, but some of the features that I want to go over here real quick. Again, I do not like the auto settings for the range features on here. Downrange you can have still in auto, which I do for depth. I just don't have the range further out, the grid range on auto, because again, I do not like how distorted it gets. I'm going to go into some of the advanced features here. You've got, similar to 2D sonar, noise rejection, surface clarity. Go to more options here. We got 5 color palettes that you can choose from. Initially, I think they told us we were gonna have 4, but they have 5 on here. You got a traditional sonar one that looks like Lowrance's color palette. We've got another sonar one here that looks like a competitor's product traditionally. You can see some fish moving around, some brush there. Number 3 is blue. Number 4 is kind of a brown. And then number 5 is gonna be a tan or a copper color. Anytime you're out here on the water, we're really high, really muddy. Water clarity is really bad right now. You're gonna have to play with these settings. It's nothing It's just like structure scan fishing. It's just like your 2D sonar. You're gonna wanna play with these settings to optimize it each time you're out on the water, because conditions change. Don't forget about that, guys. Conditions are constantly changing with weather, runoff. Again, spring runoff for us, or summer runoff now. Go back out on here. You can change the range grid if you want. You can even turn the sonar off. One other thing I want to talk about right here is called target trails and what that is. Let me get around some fish in here. See the blue streaks on the left-hand corner and see where some fish are moving, and you can actually see where they were and where they're coming. The features of that are really neat is you can actually see which direction the fish are facing and which direction the fish are actually fishing to. It'll help for you video game fishermen to do that, and again, it's called target trails. So you can see which direction the fish are going, their reaction, if they're turning on the lure, if they're moving away from the lure, if they're coming to the lure. You can actually use that feature. You can see some fish moving up and down and see them going back in the brush right there. That was a pretty cool screenshot, actually. All right, guys, Lowrance LiveSight retails for $999. We've got them coming here. They're supposed to be shipping out on July 1. Any questions on this, don't hesitate to call, send us an email. Love to answer any questions about it. Again, for me, from my experience, I think this is a great tool for finding structure. For video game fishing, for vertical fishing, you can definitely do that. For finding fish far out in front of you and following them around, I haven't seen it where it's that great of a tool yet for that, but for the structure angler, the one that wants to find more structure when you got the trolling motor down, definitely the tool for you guys to be able to pick up. For going down a bank, you're coming up on a brush pile, you're gonna see that pile before you get to it, before you drift over it, before you troll a motor over it. You're gonna have a lot better chance of catching fish that way. So again, guys, thanks for checking out our videos. Be sure to check out our other videos on this at russellmarineproducts.com.